Today, we'll start with a scenario. You walk outside during a heavy storm and notice something that should not be happening. Water is not just going into your gutters, it's dripping behind them, down the fascia board, behind the gutter line, maybe onto your siding, maybe onto your landscaping, or straight down near your foundation. So what would most people assume? Must be clogged gutters, right? So they clean the gutters. No more leaves, no more sticks, no more blockage. Then the next storm hits, and the water is still running behind the gutter. That's when you need to stop blaming the gutter and start looking at the roof edge. Because if your gutters are clean and water is still getting behind them, then you may have a roof edge geometry problem. And that tiny piece of metal at the edge of your roof could be the reason your fascia boards are rotting. So today I'm going to be breaking down the difference between drip edge and gutter apron, why surface tension pulls water backward underneath your roof edge, and how cheap roof edge metal can turn into thousands of dollars in fascia and carpentry repairs. Hey, I'm Max here with the Roof Lab, powered by Van Martin Roofing here in Ohio. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most overlooked details in the entire roof and gutter system, the metal edge that sits where your shingles meet your gutter. This is not the part homeowners usually ask about. Most people just ask about shingles, gutter size, gutter guards, colors, warranties, and price. But the roof edge is where water makes the decision. It either gets directed into the gutter, or it curls backwards and runs behind the gutter and starts leaking into the fascia board. And if that happens long enough, you can end up with rotted wood, loose gutters, peeling paint, damaged soffits, and water dumping where it was never supposed to go. That is why roof edge metal matters. And the first mistake is assuming every gutter problem is a clogged gutter problem. Clogged gutters can absolutely cause overflow. Undersized gutters cause overflow, bad gutter pitch causes overflow, and loose gutters can pull away from the fascia and create a gap. And if you're having gutter problems, I encourage you to watch the video linked above in the cards after this video. That video breaks down the problems between gutter size, roof pitch, and other things, so definitely give that one a watch after this. So, if your gutter is clean, open, and it's still getting water behind it, the problem may be above the gutter, specifically the transition from the roof edge into the gutter. A gutter is only useful if the water actually enters it. And if that metal at the edge of the roof does not direct the water into the gutter, water can slip behind it. That water then runs down the fascia board, and fascia boards are usually made out of wood. Wood plus repeated water exposure equals rot. Not immediately, not in one storm, but storm after storm, season after season, the damage continues to build. So here's the physics. Water does not always fall straight down when it reaches the edge of the shingle. Because of surface tension, water wants to cling to the surfaces. Surface tension is the force that lets water beat up, hang from an edge, or follow the underside of a material before finally dripping. It's like trying to pour a glass of water, but the water runs down the edge of the glass instead of straight into the cup. So when rainwater flows down your shingles and reaches the roof's edge, it may not just launch neatly into the gutter. It can curl backwards underneath the shingle edge. Then gravity takes over and the water runs down behind the gutter. That is also why capillary action matters. Water can get pulled into tiny gaps between materials. A small gap between the roof edge metal and the fascia, a small gap between the drip edge and the back of the gutter, or a small gap where the metal does not fully project far enough into the gutter. And those tiny details decide whether water gets controlled or whether water gets behind the system. This is not magic, it's fluid dynamics. And if the metal edge is shaped wrong, installed wrong, or positioned wrong, the water will follow the wrong path every time it rains. Now, let's define the two details homeowners need to understand. Drip edge is roof edge flashing. It's usually installed along the perimeter of the roof to protect the edge of the roof deck and help direct water away from the fascia. A common version is a standard D-style drip edge. A lot of it is bent close to a 90-degree profile, and on some roof edges with the right gutter positioning, that can work just fine. But standard does not always mean correct. A gutter apron is different. A gutter apron typically has a longer angled leg that extends down toward or into the gutter. Instead of water having the chance to curl backward behind the gutter, the apron helps bridge the gap and direct runoff through the trowel. That is where geometry matters. If the roof edge is flush with the fascia, or if the gutter sits slightly low, or if there's a gap between the back of the gutter and the roof edge, a standard 90-degree drip edge may not actually send water into the gutter. The water can follow the metal down and land behind the gutter instead. And a properly installed gutter apron or a drip edge that is correctly tucked into the back lip of the gutter gives water a cleaner path into the trowel. And that tiny angle matters. Because water does not care what the product is called, it cares whether the metal sends it. Now, let's talk about the shortcut. A lot of contractors buy bulk standard drip edge because it is cheap, easy, familiar, and fast. They use the same profile on almost every roof, but every roof edge is not the same. Some homes have a fascia that sits tight to the roof deck. Some gutters are set lower, and some gutters are set farther away from the roof edge. And some roof edges need metal to project farther into the gutter. And even some homes really need a gutter apron instead of a standard drip edge profile. The problem is not always that the contractor installed metal, the problem is that they installed the wrong metal for the geometry of the house. Or they installed it in a way that did not actually connect the roof edge to the gutter system. And that is where a lot of homeowners get burned. Because from the ground, everything looks fine. New roof, new drip edge, clean gutters. But during a heavy rain, water is quietly running behind the gutter and soaking into your fascia board. Then a few years later, the gutter starts pulling loose or falling off. The paint starts peeling, the fascia feels soft, the soffit may show stains. And suddenly that small metal detail turns into a carpentry repair, gutter removal, fascia replacement, painting, and possibly soffit repairs. And that is not a gutter problem, that is a system problem. So how do you know if this may be happening on your house? Look during heavy rain. Do you see water dripping between the gutter and the fascia? Do you see water stains behind the gutter? Is your gutter clean but water still running behind it? Is the fascia paint peeling? Are the gutters pulling away? Do you see dark staining on the soffit or fascia line? Those are warning signs. Now, don't climb up in a storm and start inspecting your roof edge. That is a terrible idea. But you can look from the ground, take videos, and show your contractor what is actually happening during the rain. Then ask better questions. So before a roof or gutter replacement, you should ask, what roof edge metal are you using? Is this drip edge or gutter apron? Does the metal direct water into the gutter? Will the metal be tucked inside the back lip of the gutter? Is my gutter height correct for the roof edge? Is there a gap where water can run behind the gutter? Those questions force the contractor to talk about the water path, not just materials. The right answer depends on the home. Sometimes standard drip edges are fine, sometimes a gutter apron is a better choice. And sometimes the gutter needs to be repositioned. Sometimes the fascia is already rotted and has to be replaced before the gutter can be secured properly. And sometimes the issue is a combination of the roof edge metal, gutter height, gutter pitch, and fascia condition. But the principle is always the same. Water has to be directed into the gutter and not behind it. That means the roof edge, the metal, the gutter, and the fascia all have to work together. A roofer who only thinks about shingles may miss it. A gutter installer who only thinks about gutters may miss it. And a real exterior system diagnosis looks at the entire edge condition, because that area is where the roof hands water off to the drainage system. And if that handoff is wrong, the fascia pays the price. So if you are seeing water dripping behind your gutters, don't just assume the gutters are dirty. If they are clogged, clean them. If they're loose, fix them. If they are undersized or pitched wrong, that needs corrected. But if the gutters are clean and water is still getting behind them, you need to look at the roof edge metal. The difference between drip edge and gutter apron may not sound exciting, but that small piece of metal controls whether the water goes into the gutter or behind it. And when water gets behind the gutter over and over again, the fascia boards rot. And here at the Roof Lab, our goal is to help homeowners understand the mechanics behind exterior systems so that they can make decisions based on physics and not guesswork. And if you're dealing with water behind your gutters, rotted fascia boards, or drainage problems around your roof edge, just reach out to us. And if this video helped, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone whose gutters are clean but still causing damage. And we have new videos coming out every week, so stay tuned and we will see you in the next one.